let me take that for you. Oh, you look fair worn out.
Oh, Liddy, Bath was wonderful, but the journey was tiring.
Come on home.
Oh, Mr. Boldwood, my mistress cannot see you now. She's been on a very long journey and she's just come back and she's very tired.
I see. Sergeant Troy?
I am he, newly arrived from Bath.
I'm William Boldwood. I wish to speak a word with you.
Indeed? What about?
About her that lives just here, and about a woman you have wronged.
I wonder at your impertinence, sir.
Well then, I know a good deal concerning Fanny Robin's attachment to you. You ought to marry her.
I suppose I ought. Indeed, I would like to, but I cannot. I am too poor.
I will speak plainly. I intend a business transaction with you.
I see.
I was engaged to be married to Miss Everdene, but you
Not
came...
engaged.
As good as engaged. All I ask is don't bother her any more. Marry Fanny, and I'll make it worth your while.
Well, how will you?
I'll pay you well. Leave Weatherbury this night, and you'll take £50 with you. Fanny shall have £50 now, and £500 paid down on her wedding day.
Well, well, I do like Fanny best. I've all to gain by accepting your offer and marrying her.
If you like Fanny best, why did you step in here and injure my happiness?
Oh, I love Fanny best now, but Miss Everdene inflamed me and displaced Fanny for a while. £50 at once, you say?
50 sovereigns. Here.
Seems like you calculated on my accepting, then.
Frank!
Hush, it's Bathsheba. She was expecting me tonight. But now I must go and speak to her and wish her goodbye, according to your wishes.
I don't see the necessity of your speaking with her.
Well, it can do no harm. You shall hear all I have to say. It will help you in your love-making when I'm gone.
Don't mock me, sir. Oh, God!
You see my dilemma. I cannot marry them both. I do like Fanny best. And you would make it worth my while.
By heaven, I've a mind to kill you!
And after how it is between me and Bathsheba, you see, it would be a mistake to kill me, would it not?
'Twould indeed be a mistake to kill you.
Better to kill yourself.
Far better. Take Bathsheba. I give her up. She must love you indeed. Wretched woman! Pray don't desert her, Troy.
Who? Poor Fanny?
No, Bathsheba Everdene. Love her. Love her tenderly. I'll pay the £500 down on Bathsheba instead of Fanny.
£50 to marry Fanny. Good. But I don't know where Fanny is. She's long ago left me. And anyway, I'm already married to Bathsheba. And I've taught you your lesson. Keep your money.
You juggler of Satan! You black hound! I'll punish you yet! Mark me! I'll punish you yet!
She has married him, then? Good heavens above, Oak! How white your face has become. Here, rest there a moment.
Right, all right.
Morning, comrades.
Morning, Sergeant Troy.
It's Colgan, isn't it? Tell me, do you know of any history of insanity in Mr. Boldwood's family?
I don't know about that, sir.
Well, 'tis of no matter. Here's half a crown to drink my health. And the health of my new wife.
What's in there, Matthew? Go halves then. Go halves.
Oh.
Come, all jolly fellows who love to be mellow, attend unto me and sit easy. A jar when it's quiet, come boys, we will try it. Dull thinking will make a man crazy. I have parks, I have hounds, I have fields, I have grounds. The lark is my daily alarmer. So my jolly boys now that follows the plough, drink health and success to the farmer. Drink health and success to the farmer.
Hey, fiddler! Play the soldier's joy. There's a bit of gallant soldier married into the farm. Hey, my son is.
Thank you for the compliment, friends. I have purchased my discharge from Her Majesty's Cavalry, the 11th Dragoon Guards, to attend to my duties awaiting me here.
Can you tell the sergeant I need to speak with him? Will you tell him then that I only stepped in to say that a heavy rain is sure to fall soon? Something should be done to protect the ricks.
Mr. Troy says it will not rain, and he cannot stop to talk to you about such fidgets.
Friends, not only is it the harvest home we are celebrating tonight, but this is also a wedding feast. Yay! A short time ago, I had the happiness to lead to the altar this lady, your mistress. Now, I have ordered to be brought here some bottles of brandy and hot water. A treble-strong goblet shall be passed round to each guest.
Oh, Frank, please don't. They've had enough of everything.
Oh, very true. We don't wish for no more, thank you.
I know. We'll send the women folk home. Tis time they were abed. And then we jolly cockbirds can have a great carouse to ourselves, huh? But if any man should show the white feather, let him look elsewhere for a winter's work. Come on.
No, Katie, no.
He's not here. He's asleep in the barn.
Oh, he promised the stacks would get seen to. Can I help?
Well, you can toss up some reed cheese if you can. Seems to be passing now.
Yes, I think so too.
Still, we're fortunate it's not rain yet.
Oh, Gabriel, why are the others not here to help us? Gabriel, I suppose you thought I went away to Bath with the intention to be married, but I went with the intention to break off my engagement to Mr. Chorley. I was grieved and troubled, and between jealousy and distraction, I married him. I don't wish for any remark from you. He was not to blame. Thank you, Gabriel. I know you do your very best for me. Good night.
How are you this morning, sir?
Yes, it is a wet day. I'm well. Very well, I thank you.
I'm
Quite well.
glad to hear it. But you look strangely altered.
Aye? Not a bit of it. I'm well enough.
I've been working hard to get our ricks covered. Yours, of course, are safe, sir.
Oh, yes. What did you ask, Oak?
Your ricks. They're all safely covered, sir.
No, I seem to have overlooked the ricks this year.
Overlooked them?
Yes. Or ruined. Oak, you know as well as I that things have gone wrong for me lately. My plan to get a little settled has come to nothing. And I suppose I'm a joke about the parish.
Oh, no, I don't think that.
No engagement really existed between me and Miss Everdene. It was made more of by others than it was by us. I am weak and foolish, and I cannot fend off my miserable grief. Well, good morning. I could trust you not to mention to others what has passed between us two here.
Are these autumn races are the ruin of everybody? Horses, riders, people all blown about like ships on the sea. I should have cleared £200 as easy as looking.
Oh, Frank, it is foolish of you to spend away my money so. You've nearly lost £100 this month.
Oh, humbug.
We'll have to leave the farm if you carry on like this.
Oh, there, turn on the waterworks, that's just like you.
But promise you won't go to a second Budmouth meeting.
Well, I don't see why I should. In fact, if it was going to be a nice day, I was thinking of taking you.
Never. I'll go 100 miles the other way first.
Oh, Bathsheba, you've lost all the pluck and sauciness you formerly had. If I'd known that, I'd never have... Fanny, how did you come to be here? What's happened to you? Have you any money?
No, Frank, none.
Here's every farthing I have. I wish I had more to give. I've only a moment. Where are you going tonight?
I thought I'd go to Casterbridge Union.
To the workhouse? Yes, just for tonight. I'll meet you at 10 o'clock on Monday morning on Gray's Bridge, just outside the town. Goodbye until then.
Goodbye until then, Frank.
Who is that woman?
Oh, why? Know my face.
I thought you did. Who is she? What is her name?
Well, how should I know her name?
I think you do.
Oh, think if you will and be damned.
Excuse me. Do you know the way to Casterbridge Union, please?
Oh, my dear. You carry on in this direction. 'Tis under a mile. You cannot miss it.
Thank you. Just a mile. And there's my resting place. 1,700 yards in a mile. 5 or 6 steps to the yard. 6 perhaps. That's 6 times 100. 600. 17 times that. Oh Lord, pity me. I can do it. Just as far as that stone bridge. That's the end of my journey. No further.
Bathsheba, could you let me have £20?
£20?
Well, the fact is I want it rather badly.
Ah, for those races tomorrow.
I suppose it is for the races.
Oh, Frank, you said I was far sweeter than all of your pleasures put together. Please, Frank, give this one up. Stay at home with your wife.
Money's not wanted for racing at all.
Then what is it for? You worry me a great deal with this mystery.
You wrong me by such suspicion.
I think I have a little right to grumble if I pay.
Don't go too far, you may have cause to regret something.
I already do. Then my romance is dead.
All romances end at marriage.
I wish you wouldn't speak like that.
Come, let me have the £20 and we'll be friends.
Here, is that something? If you must have it, then take it. But, Frank, treat me fairly, do.
For heaven's sake, don't be so desperate.
Jacob, whatever is it?
You won't see Fanny Robin no more, ma'am. She's dead. Died in the Union.
Fanny's dead. But what did she die from?
Oh, she was took bad. And being quite feeble and worn out, she died in the evening. Mr. Boldwood has sent for a wagon to fetch her home here and bury her.
Oh, we shouldn't let Mr. Boldwood do any such thing. No. Go and fetch Joseph and take the spring wagon. Right. Jacob?
Aye, ma'am.
Do you recall what colour poor Fanny Robin's hair was?
Really, ma'am? I can't seem to recall, no.
Never mind, go on.
Thank you, ma'am.
Liddy, do you recall what colour was poor Fanny Robin's hair?
Oh, it was light hair, ma'am. Real golden hair. She used to wear it tucked
Her young man was a soldier, was he not?
Yes, in the same regiment as Mr. Troy. He says he knew him really well.
Oh, Liddy, stop your talking.
Oh, miss.
Fanny Robin and child.
Do you want me any longer, ma'am?
No, thank you, Liddy. No more tonight.
I'll wait up for master if you like. I'm not at all afraid of poor Fanny.
No, it's all right. I'll wait up for him until 12.
Very well, madam.
Liddy, have you heard anything strange said about Fanny?
Well, Marianne heard something strange, but I know it isn't true.
What did she say?
Oh, 'twas nothing about us. 'Tis a wicked story that has got around Weatherbury that Fanny...
I don't believe it.
No, I don't either, madam, and a good many others don't either. Good night, madam.
It was best to know the worst, and I know it now.
What's the matter in God's name? Who's dead?
I cannot say. Let me out for some air.
No. Stay. I insist.
Do you know her?
I do.
Is it she?
It is.
Oh, Frank, don't kiss her. Kiss me instead, Frank. I've loved you far more than she did.
I will not kiss you! This woman is more to me dead as she is than ever you were, or are, or can be. I should have married you, Fanny. In the sight of heaven, you are my very wife.
If she's that, then what am I?
You are nothing to me.
Give us. I know that bit. Grace that, grace that, grace that. I know that bit too. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Oh, miss, I'm so glad I found you. I thought something cruel had happened to you. Have you been out here all night?
Is he at home?
No, miss, he left before I came out this morning. Laban Tall said he saw him on the Budmouth Road before breakfast this morning.
Has Fanny gone too?
Yes, miss, so come on, let me take you home.
mistress.
Is Mrs. Troy here? I'm looking for her.
Yes, 'tis the young lady over there.
Oh, I've got some awkward bad news to break to her. Her husband's drowned.
What is it?
Her husband drowned in Lulworth Cove this week. The Coast Guard found his clothes and brought him into Budmouth this morning.
You there. Help Mrs. Troy to the King's Arms Hotel to recover.
Whatever do you think? Gabriel Oakey's becoming quite the dand. He now wears shining boots with hardly hob in 'em, and a tall hat to Sundays.
Oh, and he hardly knows the name of smock frock.
Well, when I see men strutting round like phantom cocks, I stand dormant in wonder. And I says no more.
That is very true.
He's been asked by Farmer Boldwood to look after little Weatherbury Farm.
Who'll be telling you that, Jan?
Oh, 'tis blown about from pillar to post quite common.
Well, if 'tis true, I say good luck to him.
But he still lives in the same cottage in no better style than he did before.
He pares his own taters, mends his own stockings, and
Oh.
sometimes even makes his own bed with his
No,
own
he
hands.
Dogs and mercy
No,
makes his own bed. Who'd have thought?
Good evening, Mr. Boldwood, sir.
Good evening, Lydia. I'm so glad to see you out of doors. I hope Mrs. Troy is well after her long absence.
She's much better now, sir. I've been with her through all her troubles, what with Mr. Troy going and all. And I suppose if she were to marry again, I'd bide with her.
And she promises that, does she? And she alludes to the possibility of marrying again?
Oh, she never do allude to it, sir.
No, of course not.
My mistress did once say she supposed she might marry again at the end of 7 years, or in case Mr. Troy should come back and claim her. Good night, sir.
Good night, Lydia. 6 years from the present time. Says she might marry.
Oh, it's going to be really good. They're going to be up there. She comes in and he brandishes his sword.
Pin the death of Black Beth.
Can't go on. There's someone in the crowd. He mustn't recognise me.
The show must go on, so cover your face and disguise your voice.
There's a great ruffian, he keeps pushing me.
Hey, stop pushing us.
How can I out pushing ye when folk behind are pushing me?
Oh, the helpless female should be at the mercy of such ruffians.
On my carcass, neighbours! If I could only get out of this cheese ring, don't ye lose your temper, Jan. Oh.
I hope the sheep have done well, Mrs. Troy.
Yes, thank you. I was fortunate enough to sell them as we arrived upon the hill.
And now you are entirely at leisure. Have you seen the play of Turpin's Ride to York? If you would like to see the performance, I will get a seat for you.
On, Black Bess! This way to York, my horse!
Mrs. Troy, do you think you will marry again someday? Your late husband has been dead nearly 1 year.
But you forget that my husband's death was not absolutely proved, so I may not really be a widow.
Not absolutely proved, perhaps, but
Even so, I'm far from thinking of marriage with another.
do you still respect me, Mrs. Troy?
It is hard for a woman to define her feelings in a language that was chiefly made by men to express theirs.
Don't blame
My-
yourself.
My treatment of you was thoughtless, and I shall eternally regret it.
Don't blame yourself. There is a way of repairing the old wrong by marrying me.
I cannot say.
But you do know you can marry again in 6 years' time. If I wait that long, will you marry me then?
But Mr. Boldwood, 6 years.
Well, promise me then. This coming Christmas, you will agree to marry me in 6 years' time if your husband has not returned.
I don't love you, Mr. Boldwood, but if it makes you happy, then yes, at Christmas time I may promise to marry you in 6 years' time.
Christmas then. I shall speak to you no more about it until then.
Christmas has been celebrated here in a good few years.
Mr. Boldwood seems like a changed man.
Tonight surely you'll get her to agree to marry him.
Well, I've overheard Mistress saying that she believes if she don't give her word, she thinks he's going to go out of his mind.
Well, she truly believes she holds the man's future in her hands.
Oh, I hope nothing so dreadful to hang upon it.
Well, love is an utterly bygone, woe-begone and miserable thing for her.
Well, if she never played that trick upon him, he never would have wanted to marry her.
He's been seen in Casterbridge buying expensive gowns.
I have it on good authority that in a locked closet there are sets of ladies' dresses in the most wonderful materials.
Yes, silks and satins and velvets and poplins of all colours.
And two muffs of sable and ermine. And a heavy chest full of lockets and bangles and rings. All gold, mind. Yeah, only the best, yeah. Here we go.
Never mind. Dear Gabriel, I'm determined that neither expense nor trouble will be spared tonight.
I am glad indeed to see such a change in you from what it used to be.
Yes, I am indeed bright and cheerful. But my hands are a little shaky. I can't seem to tie this neckerchief properly. Perhaps you can help me. Does a woman keep her promise, Gabriel?
If it's not inconvenient to her, she may.
If she promises, she will marry me. Bathsheba is a woman of her word.
Hello, Gabriel.
Good evening, ladies.
Oh, Liddy, how do I look tonight?
Oh, miss, I never saw you look so well before.
I suppose everyone will be thinking I'm setting myself up to captivate Mr. Boldwood.
Quite possibly, miss.
Mrs. Troy, I'm so glad you have come. You know perhaps what I long to ask. Do you give the promise to marry me in 6 years?
Mr. Boldwood, I am a changed woman. I give my promise as the rendering of a debt.
Say the words, dear one. A blissful, loving interval of 6 years and then marriage. For I love you more than anybody in the world.
If you wish it so earnestly. If he does not return within 6 years, then I shall marry you.
And you'll take this token from me?
Oh, I cannot wear a ring. We are not engaged in the usual sense.
Only for tonight, then. Just for tonight.
If you wish it so earnestly.
I am happy now. God bless you. May I have the next dance, please?
Bathsheba, I've come here for you. Come home with me. Come, madam, do you hear me?
Good evening. How's our mistress
Yes,
today?
how is she? She hasn't been down from the chamber for a long while, poor thing.
Well, she blames herself. She says it's all my fault. She says, how can I go on living now?
Well, she can't be blamed for all what happened.
No,
I know.
'twas Mr. Boldwood's mind that had gone.
I know, 'tis tragic.
Well, I hope for the best for poor Mr. Boldwood.
Well, I was saying same this morning, but it doesn't do to dwell on it.
So 'tis, Susan. So 'tis.
Terrible news.
Perhaps Mr. Oak has got some news.
Gabriel?
No tidings.
Oh, dear.
And I'm afraid there's no hope.
Oh.
Would you really think he was out of his mind when he did it? I can't honestly say one way or t'other.
Oh, his Labourn.
Have you heard the verdict, Laban?
Yes, 'tis come.
Tell her.
He's not to die.
Oh, thank the
'Tis
Lord.
confinement during Her Majesty's pleasure.
Oh, that is
Oh,
good
thank the Lord.
news. Goodness me.
Gabriel, I was here looking at the gravestones. Are you here listening to the choir?
I'm one of the bass singers, you know. I've sung bass for several months now.
Indeed, I wasn't aware. I haven't seen you or spoken to you in ever so long, have I?
I wanted to speak to you about a matter, Mrs. Troy. The fact is, I'm thinking of leaving England in the spring.
Leaving England? Whatever for?
Well, I thought it was best. California is the spot I've had in my mind to try.
But everyone was under the understanding that you were to take poor Mr. Boldwood's farm on your own account.
Well, I have had the offer of it, 'tis true, but nothing is settled yet.
What shall I do without you? I'm more helpless than ever if you go away.
Well, that's the real misfortune of it. It's because of that very helplessness I feel bound to go.
I see. Gabriel, I believe I may have offended you, and you're going away on that account.
Offended me? As if you could offend me, Bathsheba.
Haven't I?
Well, I've been thinking. I do not have to emigrate if you do not wish me to. I could arrange for Little Weatherbury Farm to be in my hands at Lady Day, and I could still attend to your farm as before. I have to admit, the top and tail of it is I've been waiting for poor Mr. Boldwood's farm with the thought of, well, getting you.
Getting me? What does that mean?
Marrying you in plain English.
Marrying me? Such a thing as that is too absurd, too soon to think of.
Yes, of course it is. It's too absurd. I don't desire any such thing.
Too soon were the words I used. I only meant too soon.
Oh, Bathsheba, if I only knew one thing, whether you would allow me to love you and win you and marry you after all. If only I knew that.
But you never will know.
Why?
Because you never ask.
Oh.
Why, Gabriel, it seems as if I'd come courting you. How dreadful.
Well, quite right too. I've danced at your skittish hills, my beautiful Bathsheba, for many a long day. On one condition. When at home by the fire, whenever you look up, there I shall be. And whenever I look up, there will be you.
Oh, I be the shepherd of the farm, with tinkling bells and sheepdogs bark, and wi' my crook athert my arm, here I'd a rove below the lark.
Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's very kind. The cast and crew, as you see, have worked very, very hard over several months to put this show on, and so we appreciate your appreciation. Take care as you go home, and don't forget that Friday and Saturday next week, there's some tickets, a few tickets left at Came House. So if you'd like to come again, or you know some friends who would like to, then we'd like to see you there. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.